And we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to be hitting rank 3 with the Sahagin Beast Tribe. So I am here in Western Noscea at the Sahagin camp as always. So I need to talk now to Novv. And I know that I'm ready to do this quest because I've hit the maximum 360 out of 360 into rank 2. And then this new quest appears at Novv called Watching the Spawn. So it says, Novv is in need of someone to watch his clutch while he attends to an important task. So, Mithrie, I wish to ask a tedious favour of you. There is a task to which I must attend, a task that will take me away from the nursery for a time. Thus, I would have you watch over my clutch while I am gone. You need not feed or discipline the spawnlings. Seww and Seww have such duties well in hand. The coral tridents concern me. It would be foolish to think our acts of sabotage have escaped their notice, and they surely desire vengeance. Thus far my presence has been sufficient to deter any such reprisals, but should they learn of my absence... to where do you travel, Clutch Father? What is the task of which you speak? Do not question your elder, Seww. Your duty is to take care of your spawn brothers, that and naught more. I leave the safety of the nursery to you, Mithrie. I will return as soon as I am able. But Clutch Father... Okay, so we're going to talk to Seww now, see what's going on. So, I have never known the Clutch Father to leave the nursery in another's care. The fate of our people must hang in the balance. I wish only that he would trust us with the details. Spawnlings we may be, but we have taken our warrior rights. And yet the Clutch Father will not even describe to us the battles of his youth. Now that I think on it, he has told us almost nothing of himself. We know little of his past or his part in the old wars. Will you do something for me, Mithrie? I want you to find out about this vital task and learn if there's aught we can do to aid the Clutch Father. Many of our older kin speak of him with reverence and respect. They live scattered about our territory, the reef of Sending, Reaverhide, and even one on Mouchet Isle. Though you may need of Pass Elbist to carry you there. Perhaps in their stories you might hear the clue we need to solve this mystery. Now, to get to speak to you, you'll need to show them this shell inscribed with our clutch mark. This should cause their memories to humble forth of their own accord. The elders do love to reminisce about the old days. Okay, so we're going to just go now talk to 3 of the Sahagin to find out the past of Novv, see what's going on. Okay, so let's go. So we'll see what interesting stories they have to tell us. It can be kind of difficult to read the Sahagin text because of all the extra that would have gone with the words, given that they are effectively fish. So here's one, Silverfin Sahagin. So he says, leave me be, Shorewalker, this is my isle, I am harming no one. So we're going to show Novv's clutch mark. So it says, a shell inscribed with an insignia that identifies the bearer's affiliation with Novv's clutch. So why do you carry Novv's clutch mark? Has he cast his lot in with the finless ones? But it is too late for Novv. His time ended long ago. Zug is the champion of the spawning grounds now. No other warrior is fit to claim the mantle of the Scarlet She-Devil. Mark my words, he shall rise to the greatest on the mountain of Shorewalker bones. Okay. So the other two is one there, one there. So let's now quickly head back to the nursery and run. So once this next rank is unlocked, then I will get a bunch of new dailies from another person. We have to wait and see which NPC that will be, and then that will then allow me to start working on getting towards rank 4. Once you get to rank 4, then you can buy the mount and all of the possible rewards from the Beast Tribe. And I've already obviously accomplished that a long time ago with the Amaldra and Sylphs, and I'm still working on them both at the same time, so I can do them both for the Kobolds and the Sahagin. It's quicker overall to do them both at the same time than it is to focus on one over the other, because you will always get the maximum reputation doing both at the same time, compared to sacrificing a little reputation just to get one to the maximum rank first. Let's quickly kill this. So there is a sacred place, Shorewalker. Only the tridents of fallen Sahagin are allowed to impale the Reef of Sending. So let's go to hand over again Novv's clutch mark. So it says, you come at behest of Nudge's clutch. The Spawnings wish to know more of the Clutch Father, do they? It is odd that they assured a Shorewalker, and then many things appear odd in my aged eyes. Listen well, Finless One. Novv was once the undisputed leader of the Coral Tridents, a mighty warrior who thought of naught but the glory and prosperity of his people. You tell his offspring that. You tell them they ought to be proud of their Clutch Father and his deeds. Okay. So, starting to sense a little bit of division between these two. So one has said he is the undisputed leader, a champion, whatever. And the other one said, actually, no, it's another guy. So let's see what the third one has to say. So let's quickly kill this thing so it doesn't constantly interrupt the quest. Okay, so he says, why do you bother me, Finless One? I did not summon any Reavers to my bidding. So again, showing the clutch mark. So it says, so you are one of the others I've seen consorting with Nodge's clutch. Fortunate for you that all Shorewalkers look the same to us. If you come seeking your Sahagin friend, I hear Novv has come to parley with... Oh, never mind. Let's kill this. Okay, here we go. So it says, I hear Novv has come to parley with Zug in the Serpent's Tongue. I can only guess at the subject of the discussion. Here, take your shell back, Finless One. So quickly now return back to Novv's nursery. And we can tell what, well, we can just say to them what we found. So, one thing to know as well about the Beast Tribes as well is that you get more and more rewards as you get higher in rank that you can buy. And I personally don't really bother looking at the rewards until I've hit rank 4. There can be some crafting materials which can be useful for you if you do some proper research into it, if you're doing lots of crafting, but I really haven't had the time, because I think for a lot of people, between Atma farming and trying to do the new coils, and now I guess with the launch of 2.25 new PvP or whatever, they really, I just don't have much time to do these things. But it's good because it's, you know, that's how MMOs are supposed to be. You know, you're supposed to have lots of things always to do. And thankfully, when it comes to the daily quests, they don't take up that much of your time, because once you're in the daily quest routine, they only take like 10 to 20 minutes a day to finish, which compared to some other MMOs such as WoW, for example, that is a very small amount of time that they're asking you to do for dailies compared to them. So anyway, so Seww says, well, Mithrie, did the old ones have much to say? So again, let's hand it back. So it says, the Clutchfather wants to lead the Coral Tridents. Incredible. And now you say he goes to meet with the Trident current leader. He cannot possibly expect to negotiate with those fanatics. The stink of ambush upon this parley reaches me even here. Oh, Clutchfather, that is why you chose to attend the meeting without your spawnlings. You mean to fight those savages alone. Finless One, Mithrie, would willingly face battle myself, but I cannot abandon my duty to protect my clutchmates. It falls to you to ensure this does not end in tragedy. The Clutchfather is meeting with the Coral Tridents in the Serpent's Tongue. You are the only one I trust to rescue him when the parley turns sour, and you can be sure it will. Okay, so we need to go right here. Let's go. I only learnt what parley means after watching the Pirates of the Caribbean films, and all the time they're saying, you know, parley, which means it's like, you know, don't, like, we come in peace almost to negotiate. It's actually a French word, so, well, for once I actually had more knowledge about words rather than struggling to read them. So thankfully, when doing these sort of quests, the travelling time is really not that long. We're talking seconds only, so... Okay, here is the destination. So, cutscene. So, you come alone into our lair, Novv. Your mind is as wilted as your fins, old one. Fair greetings to you too, young Zug. You have no right to call me by that name. I am the Scarlet Sea Devil. Enemies of the Coral Tridents tremble at my coming. You would do well to show some respect. Now calm yourself, Zug. I did not come here to trade insults. I only wish to talk. Have you thought about our future, Zug? The future of the Sahagin? Have you seen how our people fade into darkness like the evening sun sinking below the ocean waves? Okay. Poetry, Novv. You have become even more pitiful than I suspected. You were once feared above all, bloodthirsty as a shark, deadly as a ray's sting, savage as a sea serpent, the terror of the indigo deep. You were the first Scarlet Sea Devil. Have you forgotten who you truly are? Mithrie doesn't like that, does she? So, I consigned that title to the deep long ago, along with my heinous past. And that is why your legacy must live on through me. The Coral Tridents will thrust our spears into the very heart of this land and bathe in the gushing blood of the Finless Ones. If we lack territory in which to spawn, then we shall take it by force. Our offspring will thrive on sand that has drunk the life waters spilled from our enemies. I see my words are wasted on you. Is it so hard to understand, Zug? What is needed right now is diplomacy, not war. Your hubris will doom our spawnlings to live to lives of violence and misery, with the edge of a soldier's blade the only Circes? I don't know what that means. The only one doomed here is you. Did you expect to leave here alive, Novv? Kill the traitor, rip off his fins, strip away his scales. They look worried. You said he was weak now, feeble. Cowards, spineless sea dogs. Return to the shallows, Zug. You are not ready for the ocean deep. This is far from over, old one. As the infirmaries of age claim your vigor, I shall only grow stronger. We shall see which of us is remembered by history as the true Scarlet Sea Devil. Mithrie, you stood ready to rush to my rescue. I smell Seww's hand in this. I yet think of him as my little spawnling, but his instincts are those of a warrior grown. My strength has not dimmed so much that I need cower behind the fins of my offspring. But you have my thanks all the same. Come, let us return to the nursery. It would not be wise for you to linger here. That's interesting. So I'm assuming basically that the showdown between Novv and the other guy, the other Sea Devil, let's say, will happen when we want to hit rank 4 with the Sahagin. And then, for Novv's sake and his Sahagin, then hopefully they'll have a sense of peace. Like I say, it's always fun finding out more about the game, about the world, the different beast tribes, the different bits of history that they've got in the game and so on. Okay, so here's Novv again. So an explanation is in order, Mithrie. Seww, I would have you hear this as well. I am listening, Clutch Father. There is much I have kept from the Clutch, but the wreckage of my past cannot stay submerged forever. It is time to tell you my tale. 15 years ago, I led the Coral Tridents in countless acts of piracy. Pillage, slaughter, kidnapping, there was no foul deed I did not commit. For the shorewalkers of Noscea, I was nightmare made flesh, a demon from the Indigo Deep, the Scarlet Sea Devil. All those I killed, all the land I seized, I did so for the future of my people. I had not a single shred of doubt that my actions were just. I was as zealous as Zug is now. It is tradition among the Sahagin that our queen, the Indigo Matriarch, reward a proven warrior with the clutch of her eggs. Such a champion earns the right to become clutch father to the spawnlings thus hatched. Even among the elite, my victories overshadowed all others. The matriarch honoured me with more than 100 eggs, from which many healthy offspring emerged. My clutch was the envy of the tribe. Never in my arrogance and pride did I expect what was to happen next. I returned to my nursery after a typical campaign of looting ships, only to be greeted by a sight that haunts me to this day. The broken corpses of my spawnlings strewn atop one another in a gruesome mountain of death. This was an act of pure vengeance. The shorewalkers had trailed me to our island home and waited patiently for me to leave. Then they put my children to the sword. I wept and howled until it seemed my sanity had fled. And then, all at once, I understood the blame for my spawning's grisly fate. It belonged with me. Hate and suffering brings only more of the same. It draws you into a whirling maelstrom of reprisal and retaliation that leads to naught but a soulless abyss. My salvation lay in the few unhatched eggs that had somehow escaped that bloody retribution. I cast away my hollow dreams of glory and focused on raising my surviving sons, you and your spawn brothers, Seww. The Scarlet Sea Devil died that day, and Novv, the Clutch Father, was born. I am proud of you, Clutch Father. We will stop the Coral Tridents, I promise you. Not just for ourselves, but for the clutch mate we left behind. Does it all make sense now, Mithrie, the reason I recruited you to our cause? To be truthful, I have never forgiven the Shorewalkers for what was done, but I will never let my actions be guided by rage, for that path will not bring us the peace I desire. No, I would create a legacy worth leaving for my children. Let's continue building that bridge, Mithrie. Cool, so that's complete. There you go, reputation up. So it says you have achieved friendly reputation with Novv's Clutch. New Sahagin Beast Tribe quests are now available from Seww at Novv's nursery. Furthermore, you can now have access to wider selection of wares from Novv's Clutch vendor. So let's quickly... Oh, and I got the achievement Gilling Me Softly III. So let's quickly talk to the vendor and see what's available. So we see here lots of dyes. Some random basil, night milk. These are all cooking ingredients as well, which is interesting. Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this episode. You can see here I'm now rank 3 friendly with the Sahagin, and I have to do my quest going forward with Seww. I need 510 reputation to finish. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.